Hello, today we are going to be looking at Batman games. Different games that have been on many formats. Some you'll be familiar with and maybe some that you're not. We'll be looking at the good and the bad. Of course, some of the favourites that people are more than likely familiar with will be the Arkham Asylum series that have been on the Xbox, PlayStation and PC. Now, I used to love these games back on the 360 and I was so happy when they brought out a remastered version on the Xbox One. The only problem I've had though is that because I changed from an Xbox One to the Xbox One X, I had to reinstall the game. Unfortunately for me, both discs have got scratches on, so it will not install, which is an absolute nightmare. However, Batman Arkham Knight still works fine, and I must admit I do love this game. I have completed the story mode, I have just got the little tiny missions left to accomplish, but it drives me mad with all these little bits that need doing. I just can't be bothered, I'm just too lazy. As you can see, there have been several Batman games throughout the years, including ones for kids. That's the Lego Batman series. You have Lego Batman 1, 2 and 3. Also, he's made an appearance in the Lego Dimensions game, which for me was a fan favourite dream come true when I could play with Doctor Who and Batman in the same game. Other games include the Batman Telltale series. This one really didn't do it for me because, well, let's face it, Batman's all about the action, and I just didn't really want to be involved in a story. If I wanted that, I'd probably go and watch one of the films. Other Batman games include this one on the Super Nintendo, the animated series. It was a nice little game. The graphics are very much in the style of the cartoon. It's an alright game, but it's not a classic. Then of course this strange Batman Return of the Joker. Now I remember having this on the Game Boy and the Super Nintendo, and it was just, yeah, well, you can see. I seem to remember actually being better on the Game Boy than it was on the Super Nintendo for some reason. And Batman's always been popular on handheld games. There's been several Game Boy games, including this little one from 1989, which I did love, and to my shame I cannot find this anywhere in my mum's attic. The Batman characters turn up several times, including this one here in DC vs Mortal Kombat. Now I love the Mortal Kombat games and I love Batman games, so the problem for me is, do I choose Batman in a fight or do I choose Sub-Zero? I love both these characters. So from DC vs Mortal Kombat, this then set up the fighting games, and of course to follow was Injustice, followed by Injustice 2. I got these games, and to be honest, if there's two of you playing this game, then it's alright. If there's a few of you playing the two-player games, then it's great when it's mate versus mate. But when it's the story mode and it's just a couple of fights, it does become quite boring very quickly. Now, here you go. Why would you want to pick Robin over Batman in this game? Now, this is back in the day when Mortal Kombat was popular, so they're obviously using real actors here instead of making CG characters. Now, obviously, Chris O'Donnell and Val Kilmer weren't available for this film, so they've clearly got two wannabe actors who are desperate for a job. Yes, hold on indeed, for how bad this game actually is. Now, you can clearly tell that the actors that they booked for this job clearly weren't martial artists. That is basically trying to get your foot over something, and look at those punches. And of course, who could forget the amazing blocking technique of if I oh hello, the great, I'm getting my bum kicked here. Here we go now, I'll do it. If he can't see me, he can't hurt me. Oh yeah. Yes, this game is bad. Usually back in the day though, video games and films tended to be bad. Video games always had to go that little bit further because obviously they needed more content for the games. So as you can imagine, if you've seen Batman Forever, you can clearly tell that's not Val Kilmer, and this guy here in a straitjacket clearly was never in Batman Forever. In fact, if I remember rightly, Batman Forever starts off in a bank, not a mental asylum. Anyway, enough of this. Now, one game they did get right from a film was 1993's Batman Returns on the Super Nintendo. I spent many hours on this game, and I must admit, I really did love it. essentially it's a Final Fight ripoff. But when you're a kid, you probably didn't have Final Fight, so you wouldn't have known anything about it. Basically, at the time, these games, the graphics on this when I was a kid, I thought was just amazing. Okay, it is dated a bit, but the thing is, it was extremely simple. It didn't take me long to complete this game, I must admit. The one thing I do like about this game is that unlike Batman Forever, this does more or less follow the same plot of the film. So, and obviously in Batman Returns, it does start with Batman having to save everyone on the streets of Gotham from Penguin's gang. Although at this point, you don't know it's Penguin's gang. I seem to remember you could... There it is. I knew you could throw someone into a window. Come here. Ah! It might use my test tube. Oh, which one was the test tube? Ah, where's my secret weapon? I knew you could... There it is. So yes, that is Batman Returns. However, that's not the game that I'm going to be playing today. Because even though I love the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City games on the Xbox, and I do love this on the Super Nintendo, my first ever experience of a Batman game came a lot earlier than this, and I must admit I probably spent a lot longer on it. And unlike this game, which I did complete, I never ever completed this next Batman game. And this is it from 1989 on the NES. Predating the SNES by a couple of years, this is the original Batman game that was based on Tim Burton's movie. Now, unlike Batman Returns, I hadn't seen Batman at the cinema yet because I was too young. In fact, Batman Returns was probably the first Batman film I'd seen at the cinema. This, I had to go into the game blind, as I'd never seen the film. Which is a good job, really, because this game doesn't follow the film at all. I can remember getting this game for Christmas from my grandparents, and I was so happy. I love this game, but like I said, I never completed it. I've got no idea what those little things are. To this day, I've never figured out why there's trains, or if they are indeed meant to be trains. But like I was saying on the Mario Kart game, yeah. As I was saying the other day on the Mario Kart video, I really do think that retro games were a lot harder because you only got so many lives, you only got so many continues, and once it was over, it was over. You know, you couldn't come back, you couldn't, unlike today's games where, you know, you've got infinite lives, you can respawn and whatnot. Back in the day, you only had so many lives and so many continues, and on this game, there was no options. I couldn't even change the difficulty level. So, that is why this game, I think... Let's see if I can remember to do this. Oh, okay, that's all coming back to me now. Bear in mind, what was it? This was 19... Oh, God. Okay, this controller's not that responsive. I don't think it's my reflexes. Why aren't you punching that? Man. It was... Now I seem to remember that when you die in this, for some reason Batman spontaneously combusts. Instead of falling to the ground going, "Ugh," he just basically explodes. As I'm no doubt you're about to see in a minute. basically only have one life left. Now you can play against this villain in the new games on the Xbox, basically Firefly. This was probably one of the first... Ah, there he goes, spontaneously combust there. And he takes me right back to the beginning of the level. That's why these games are so hard. You don't respawn when you die. You have to start all over again. Oh, this is so hard. Either that or I've just really lost my touch and I'm really, really poo. Come on, mine. Thank you. I'm not making the mistake again. I don't care if I waste all these now. Oh! Fancy getting a phone call halfway through this. So, where was I? Oh, yes. So, I've still not even got up to Firefly yet. And we're still on level 1. Here we go. Secret Ninja, looking casual. And here we go. Up to the boss. Now, if I remember rightly, you could just stand here. Oh, or maybe it's here then. Yeah, that was it. You could stand here and you wouldn't get hit. Alright, maybe I'm a bit rusty at this game. Oh yeah! How easy was that? Funny that the entire level is so much more difficult than the actual boss. Now, if you remember, in the 1989 film, there is a scene in a... Now, what is that? What? I never could work out what these things were meant to be, if they were meant to be Freddy Krueger or something like that. Now, I seem to remember there's a shortcut here now. Nope! Got all this dripping slime as well. Really need to speak to health and safety about that. Back to full health. Now, clearly you can't make that jump because you'll smack your head on the roof. So you've got to fall down here and... Yes! Do you know what? I'm surprised myself at how much I can actually remember this. Tell you what, my wife is now texting me at the minute. I'm probably getting told off for not being in there doing something I should be doing. No, now how was that possible? No! Now, I can't remember who's the actual... Oh, hang on. I think I can, actually. Oops. I've got a feeling it's a big computer that shoots stuff at you. Oh, that poor fella. Oh, is this up to the boss already? Oh no. See, now I don't really remember this. Oh, hang on. Yes, you could. Could you punch them? Oh, I didn't think that through, did I? I think I'm going to die on this level. Oh, hang on. Okay, it's not blowing up. Why is it not blowing up? Oh, maybe you could. Oh, yeah, you could. There you go. After that, anyway. Oh, I've only got one blob left. I'm gonna die. Yes. Oh, come on, I must be near the end. Oh, it's not that way. Oh! Have I gone the wrong way? Now, have you come back? See, this is another thing that used to bug me in old games. Must have to go that way then. Oh, I'm back down to 1 health again. Ah! Right, now at least now I've got full health. I should, he says, be able to make it back. Oh, I am so bad at this game. You know, when I was 9 years old playing this, I was so much better. There you go. If I don't get in there now, I think it's safe to say I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, that train's gonna get me. Go, give me a life. Give me a life. Give me a life. Don't be tight. Oh, yes. Thank God they can't jump. Here we go. On to the boss with 1 life. Oh no, I've got 3. I thought I had 1. Right, must have to shoot that thing up there. Oh no! I can't do it now. And that's it. Right, I give up. I tried, I couldn't even get past level 2. How poo am I? Anyway, that sounds like quite a good place to end the video. Thanks for watching. Sorry I was so dire and couldn't get off level 2. So that's it. Maybe one day I'll come back to doing Batman and hopefully getting further than level 2 and hopefully taking on the Joker, although let's be honest, I've never actually ever seen the Joker, I'm so pants at this game. But anyway, next time I'll be looking at the character of Jason Voorhees from the Friday the 13th series. He starts in the old game Splatterhouse right up to the new game out now. I'll be looking at the brand new update, which includes the new Jason Part 5 character and the new map of Pinehurst. Of course, because it's an 18 rated game, I will have to make that an adult video, so you'll have to sign in to watch it if you are an adult. So kids, be warned, you won't be able to watch it. Goodbye!